Hey guys, Frosty again, and today I'm gonna tell you how I do Highmaul and Blackrock Foundry on my Warlock. Um, I'm gonna tell you how to do big numbers, and I'm also gonna tell you how to help out your guild in the best way you can. Mind you though, I'm not the best warlock in the world. I don't have amazing logs. I rank pretty much above 80% on every fight. And my experience is not like top player in the world, because my guild is not that hardcore. We do have 2 out of 7 mythic in Highmaul. We've done Butcher, Tectus, and Brackenspore as progress, but we never had a kill on them. And as to Blackrock Foundry, we've done 9 out of 10 normal with many wipes on Black Hand, and we are at the moment progressing on Blast Furnace Heroic. So that leaves us with eight heroic bosses in Blackrock Foundry. So for these bosses I've done, I'm gonna tell you how I do them, how I help out my guild, and how I do big numbers on each one of them. So let's start with Highmaul, and for Highmaul you have Kargath first. Um, for normal or heroic, whatever you're doing, you don't have that many things to do. It's a pretty straightforward fight. So what I use is Dark Regeneration on every single fight, being it Highmaul or Blackrock Foundry, because I find it the best out of these 3 talents. I use Shadow Fury as well for every single fight. I swap between Soul Link, Sacrificial Pact, and Dark Bargain quite often. Burning Rush all the time, Grimoire of Synergy all the time, Archimonde's Darkness all the time, and then you swap between Demon Bolt and Cataclysm for the fights I'm gonna tell you. As to the glyphs, you want to have Siphon Life and Dark Soul every single fight. Siphon Life just provides you utility, and Dark Soul provides you a nice DPS boost. It aligns really well with every single ability of Warlock as Demonology. And then you may want to have Eternal Resolve or not, depending on which fight you're doing. So let's start with Kargath. And for Kargath, you have, like I said, Dark Regen, Shadow Fury, Soul Link, Burning Rush, Grimoire, Synergy, Archimonde's Darkness, and Demon Bolt. This is a straightforward single target fight if you're staying down. If you're going up, you probably want to use Cataclysm there, although I wouldn't. I just Chaos Wave the ads, because you're probably gonna have other AoE classes with you, so you don't really have to do Cataclysm. Obviously, if you want to do big numbers, if you want to rank well on this fight, then you will want to go up and you will want to do Cataclysm on them mobs. So that's both for heroic and mythic, right? So if you want to do big numbers, you go Cataclysm. If you want to single target the boss, if you're staying down, you go Demon Bolt. If you are like me and you stay down on that fight, but you want to do big numbers still, I'd recommend you to use Sacrificial Pact, so that you can just stay still pretty much 90% of the time, not move for the fire that spawns on you. Just cheese it with your nice little 150k shield of Sacrificial Pact, and just DPS the boss and the tiger. For Butcher, you have also a single target fight. It's pretty straightforward. You probably want to use Sacrificial Pact here for when he does Bounding Cleave on the ranged group, so that you can help out your healers there. Then again, Demon Bolt and all the other talents, you use Dark Regen after Bounding Cleave, and that's pretty much it. As for Tectus, you will want to have either Sacrificial Pact or Soul Link, depending on how many healers you have, how are they coping with tectonic upheaval. So you will have to swap in between them according to your raiding setup or your raid group's capabilities, let's say like that. Maybe if you're doing mythic progress, you also should give it a go at Dark Bargain, especially on the last phase when you transition both ads, and they spawn the 8 little ones. When they do the fire and all your group starts moving, sometimes your group just claps together, or clumps together. That's what I'm looking for. And you're probably gonna die because of the fire, so you don't want to die. You want to leave, you want to kill the boss, right? So Dark Bargain would probably be a good choice there. And obviously you want to use Cataclysm there for mythic Tectus. If you're just starting now, if you're progressing on Tectus and you're still doing like marking one little ad and DPSing one at a time, then you should go Demon Bolt, because that's the way you're gonna help your raid group. That's the way you're gonna kill the boss for the first time if you're not overgearing it and if you're not comfortable with the fight. Moving on to Brackenspore, you will want to use Sacrificial Pact on this fight. You will want to use Demon Bolt, and the rest of the talents just stay the same. Sacrificial Pact here, because of Infesting Spores, you can help out your healers a great deal. So when Infesting Spores come, that's the time you want to use your Sacrificial Pact to help out your healers. For Twins, you want Sacrificial Pact as well, and you want Demon Bolt too. You're gonna use Sacrificial Pact when Quake comes. Quake does quite a lot of damage, especially on Mythic. So this is the time you wanna have your Sacrificial Pact up. Also, do not use Glyph of Eternal Resolve here, because if something goes south, you always have that nice little cooldown. That's probably gonna save your life there. For Korag, you will want Soul Link, because there's not really a big damage that comes once every minute or so. So Soul Link would probably be the better choice there to mitigate that damage every time. And depending on your raid strategy, you're gonna use Demon Bolt or Cataclysm. The way you do big numbers here on this fight is by attacking the ads, doing the most damage you can on the ads. So that means you're not gonna help your group killing the boss faster. You're gonna help yourself doing a better log, doing higher numbers. So you just need to talk to your raid leader and ask if you're going to DPS the ads or if you're not. So if you're not DPSing the ads, obviously you're gonna go Demon Bolt and do the most damage you can on the boss. And if he asks you to go on the ads, then obviously you're gonna go Cataclysm and just rape the shit out of them little fuckers. So to end up Highmaul on Imperator, what you want to have here is Sacrificial Pact, and you're gonna use Sacrificial Pact with Force Nova because that's the most damage you're gonna take there. You don't want to have Glyph of Eternal Resolve because this fight does a great damage to you and to everybody in your raid group. So you want to have all the cooldowns you have available there. You're gonna have Dark Regeneration, so you can heal yourself a lot. You're gonna have Sacrificial Pact, and you're gonna have your Eternal Resolve to help you out surviving there. And then once again, if your raid leader wants you to do big DPS on the boss, you're gonna go Demon Bolt. If you're going to DPS the ads, especially in that last phase where there's lots of ads up and you want to do big numbers, that's the time where you're gonna do them. You just go into Metamorphosis form and pop all your cooldowns there, your fucking pre-pot, and just cataclysm the shit out of them, and that's how you're gonna do big DPS on the ads there. That's how you do big numbers on Imperator. So this is it for Highmaul. We're gonna move on to Blackrock Foundry. That's the new one. I love it. It's quite a nice raid. There's a lot of interesting bosses. There's a lot of DPS to be done by us warlocks. So starting on with Gruul, you're gonna want to have either Soul Link or Sacrificial Pact, depending on how you're dealing with Inferno Slices. Because if you're not if your healers are not dealing well with it, if you're progressing on the fight, then obviously you want to help them out and you want to mitigate the most damage you can there. So you're gonna use Sacrificial Pact. If your healers are dealing fine with it, then you just don't want to waste time using a cooldown on yourself, and you're just gonna go with the passive Soul Link and Eternal Resolve Glyph. So that's it for Gruul. It's also again a pretty straightforward fight. It's like Butcher pretty much. You have the slice on you, you just keep DPSing. You have the petrify, you move out, you keep DPSing, big dick on them, and you're gonna do really well there. For Orgorger, it's not that much of a straightforward single target fight because you have the ads on the transition phase, or the crate, shall I say. But still, you want to go with your single target talents. There's no need though for Sacrificial Pact because the Blackrock Barrage comes very often, so you will want to use mitigation throughout the entire fight. So you're going Soul Link and Glyph of Eternal Resolve for this one, and Demon Bolt obviously. If you're just progressing on this fight though, if you're not comfortable with the transition phase, which means you're gonna get hit by the boss quite a lot, then you will want Sacrificial Pact obviously, so you can get hit but not die to it, if you know what I mean. That's it for Orgorger. Beast Lord is pretty much an AoE fight, but if your raid group has, say, a lot of Moonkins, a lot of warriors, a lot of rogues, then obviously you're probably gonna help out your guild the most by going full on single target on that fight and do the most damage you can on the boss, so the fight can be shorter. If however you want to do big numbers and you don't really care about your group, say if you're doing a pug or something and you just want to show off, then you are going to show off and you are going to shine on that fight because you have Cataclysm and you have all the tools you need to be big dick AoE DPSer, let's say. So what you want to do there is having your Felguard's Fellstorm up for pretty much every single ad pack. When he does Call of the Pack, you want to have your Fellstorm up for that, and you want to do Cataclysm on them ads as well, and Chaos Wave them. So that's how you're gonna do the most AoE. Um, you're not gonna need Sacrificial Pact there, because the damage you take is either from Tantrum, which comes more often than every 1 minute, or like fire or shit on the ground. So you just go with a regular mitigation throughout the entire fight. You go Soul Link, Glyph of Eternal Resolve, and that's it for damage reduction. Keep Dark Regen. As I say, it's pretty much 100% of the fight, so you're gonna want that one. And again, Demon Bolt if you're asked to go single target, Cataclysm if you're asked to AoE. For Flamebender, you want to use single target as well, especially because you want to kill the wolves as quick as possible. So you just go full out AoE, full out single target even on that fight. You want to kill the wolves, like I said, as fast as you can, so you have them down before the firestorm comes. And because of that firestorm, you will want to use Sacrificial Pact on this fight. That's going to help you out a lot, and it's going to obviously help out your healers as well. So when the firestorm comes, you just pop Sacrificial Pact to keep DPSing the boss, and that's it for that phase. That's it for you. You're safe. So that's it. Dark Regen, Soul Link, you can do with the Glyph of Eternal Resolve. That's alright. Excuse me. And Demon Bolt, obviously, to kill the wolves faster. Same goes for Hans and Franz. You want single target on that fight, because one of them is constantly jumping, which is really fucking annoying if you ask me. You want to dot both of them. When they're down, you want to do the most you can with Hand of Gul'dan on them too. And the rest of the time you just Demon Bolt them and keep going with your normal rotation. There's no need for cooldowns on that fight like Sacrificial Pact or Eternal Resolve, so you can just use Soul Link and Glyph of Eternal Resolve and just be done with it, just passive cooldowns. As for Operator, you want to use definitely AoE spec, meaning you want to have Cataclysm and you want to have the passive damage reduction, as in Soul Link and Glyph of Eternal Resolve. The way you do big dick DPS on this fight is by Cataclysm the most ads you can. So when there's the big ad group, the very big ad group, you're gonna want to pop your fucking whatchamacallit Infernal. You wanna go into Metamorphosis farm and you wanna have all your cooldowns up. That's just it. Just pop all your cooldowns, pop your fucking Infernal, go big dick on them, and just rape them ads. If you have a Death Knight there, then he's gonna be your best friend in that fight, because he's gonna mass grip all of them into your fucking Cataclysm. That's how you do it. You just go there, pop every single fucking cooldown on all the ads, and Fellstorm, just rape the cunts. That's how you do big DPS on them. If, however, you have a shitty raid leader and he wants you to go single target on that fight for some reason, again, if you have a lot of boomkins, a lot of fucking warriors with their stupid lol storm, if you have a lot of rogues, if you have fucking enhancement shaman, then obviously you're not gonna do as much DPS to them ads, and you probably, if you're like a nice guy, then you just want to kill the boss as fast as possible, so you use Demon Bolt there. But again, if you want to do big numbers, you just have to go full AoE, full Cataclysm on them fuckers. um, the same goes for Blast Furnace. So if you want to do big numbers in that fight, you go Cataclysm. You just Cataclysm the most amount of ads you can, and just be happy because you're doing big numbers, because your DPS bar is bigger than all your other friends is, and you're gonna do nice on the logs. But if you want to help out your raid group like I do on that fight, you go Demon Bolt and you do the kill targets as required. So you just go single target on the operators if you're doing phase 1, and then the engineers. If you're in the phase 2, you go single target on the slugs, and you do big DPS on the primals. And then obviously on the last phase you go full on single target on the last big guy. So that's Blast Furnace in a nutshell. Like, you go Cataclysm if you wanna do big numbers. If you wanna help out your raid group properly, then you're going Demon Bolt. Mind you though, all of these fights I'm talking about in Blackrock Foundry are for heroic version, because I haven't done any mythic so far. So bear that in mind. As for Chromog, that's that's pretty much the same as all the other fights. If you just want to deal with the fight quicker, you go full on single target, Demon Bolt, and just single target the boss. When the little hands come, you just dot them and kill yours, or kill the tanks, or kill the healers, whatever you're asked to. But if you want to do big numbers, again, you go Cataclysm and you use Cataclysm on the hands, and that's how you do big numbers. You grab the most hands you can. You just put your Cataclysm on the space that has the higher amount of hands there, and you just Cataclysm them with your cooldowns up again. But again, like I said, if this all depends on your raid setup, right? If you have a lot of boomkins and every other class that can do a lot of AoE, like say fire mages, enhancement shamans, fucking warriors with lol storm that's just fucking retarded, then the hands are gonna die quick. And if you are doing Cataclysm, they're gonna die quicker than you want them to, because you wanna like, the boss is casting right during that phase for the first X seconds, I don't know exactly, but if the hands die before the cast is done, then you're probably just gonna kill somebody if they're released before that. So you don't want to kill them too fast, but you don't want to kill them too slow either, right? So you want to have that nice amount of DPS in between, a lot of DPS and little DPS, right? So you pretty much just want to kill them when the cast is done. So just make sure you have enough for that, and you'll do fine there. Also, you can use Sacrificial Pact there for that very phase with Jans, and just pop Sacrificial Pact when it grabs you, and you'll do fine. You'll do fine for the entire phase. As for Iron Maidens, you can either go Soul Link or Sacrificial Pact. Personally, I prefer Soul Link because there's not much damage, that you just need to take it yourself. But depending on the strategy your group's using, You also may want to have Dark Bargain up if you are soaking the penetrating shot on the last phase. Like say you don't have enough hands of protection and you need to soak it, then you will want Dark Bargain there, because you're gonna mitigate the all damage of one penetrating shot. Apart from that, you just go, at least I go single target there because I'm always assigned to go to the ship. So I want single target in that specific part of the fight. If you are not going into the ship, you sometimes you can do good with Cataclysm if you know how to play it really well, but because you're probably progressing on that fight, you will want Demon Bolt because you have specific targets at every moment. Say you will want to start with Marak, you want to DPS Marak before all the others, and on the last phase you want to DPS the turrets, so you will want single target on that fight. That would probably be the best choice. As to Black Hand, I haven't killed it yet. I do have many wipes on the last phase, but I never actually got a kill so far. But I can tell you the talents I used, and I was doing really well. I was top DPS there, and I was taking the least damage of my raid group. And those talents were what you see here. So Dark Regeneration, Shadow Fury, Soul Link, Burning Rush, Synergy, Archimon's Darkness, and Demon Bolt. So like if you're getting to the last phase and people are dying when you're stacking on the tanks in the last phase, then you will want to use Sacrificial Pact, obviously. That's pretty much it. You just want to mitigate. The thing is, Sacrificial Pact only mitigates one of them what we call it, shattering smashes. So you're just gonna have it up for one. The thing is, you are also not gonna use Glyph of Eternal Resolve. So you're gonna have two cooldowns there. You're gonna have Eternal Resolve, which decreases the damage you take by 20%, by 30%, if I'm not mistaken, and you're gonna have Sacrificial Pact as well. So you will have cooldowns for two of them, and you're not gonna have cooldowns for the rest. So if you just want to mitigate damage throughout the entire fight, then you go Soul Link, you're going Dark Regen, and you're going Glyph of Eternal Resolve. If you feel that you're dying at this particular moment, then just on the next try you change your talents, you go full mitigation when you have to, when you know you need it, and you're going with Sacrificial Pact and Eternal Resolve. In the very last case, you can choose Dark Bargain just as last resource though, because the other two generally are going to do better there. So I think that's pretty much it for Blackrock Foundry and Highmaul, being it the tier 17, the current tier. Notice though that what I said is heroic. My progress hasn't allowed me to do mythic on Blackrock Foundry yet, but I did kill 2 out of 7 mythic Highmaul, and I did have wipes on Tectus, Brackenspore, and Butcher mythic. So I told you my experience. This is always subject to a review, to a change, because obviously patches and minor changes. But this is generally what happens at the moment. As for patch 6.0, in Blackrock Foundry and Highmaul. If you want to check my character, if you have any doubts, any questions, just feel free to put on the comments. Just you can also PM me. You have my Twitch link and my Twitter link and my guilds link and also my armory link in the description below. So make sure you rate it and like it if you did, and leave a comment, and obviously follow me. So that's it for today, guys. I hope I could help you. I hope you also enjoyed it. I hope it wasn't too boring, but I will try to improve on my next videos. So thanks for watching, guys, and take care.